Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Just thought I'd make a quick video and discuss Chiesa to Liverpool Football Club and give you guys my basic opinion and why I think Liverpool have decided to go through with this deal. Given that he's available for so cheap and there's not many takers, many of you and maybe a couple of you who might watch this who are rival fans or just a neutral are probably wondering because of his injury record why we go in for him and probably thinking, well, he can't be that good because he's not got many clubs that were in for him. So if we look at him as a player, right, this is a player that a few years ago was worth, or we were being talked about, 100 million pounds a couple of years ago, especially in 2021 in the Euros. He lit that up. We were in from then. Obviously, Michael Edwards is back at the club. He was very interested in getting him back then, but obviously he decided to stay at Juventus because Juventus themselves, all the way back then, they had to do a very good job of getting him out of Fiorentina and put a lot of work into that, given that they signed him for two, I think it was around like 2 loans and some transfer fee on the side as well. But on to now, the present. So he played 33 times for Juve last year, was number one in the dribbles. All the number one, all the stats, the attacking stats you want from a winger like Chiesa, he was near the top of. And obviously, don't get me wrong, Juventus have started a new era now with Thiago Motta, but he's he's a player that has definitely got the quality, as he showed at times last year, and it's just the injuries that have impacted him, which has impacted his Juventus career, and also I think that a lot of the problems that Juve have probably decided to move him out on is that they need to raise some money with the problems they have financially. Not so much now, but they've been in a lot of trouble having court cases about payments, dodgy payments, allegedly anyway. And a lot of alleged scandals involved, and they've had to change their approach. A new board, obviously involved with Juve now. But on to why Liverpool would want him. So you look at his quality that we touched on just now. He can go left, right. He can play across the front line. And the number one asset is he plays right wing, or his best at, and that means that he can allow Mo Salah to rest when needed, especially in the cups. Obviously, Chiesa will want to play in the so-called bigger games, and I'm sure he'll come on as an impact sub. And if need be, Salah might have to might go centrally time to time, and Chiesa will step into the right wing, depending on what kind of system Slot wants to play at any given time. Given that he's not afraid of making changes or a little bit tweaks, a few tweaks here and there, depending on what he needs to do to help us win the game. But great squad signing. One that will be good for the dressing room again. He's not afraid of getting involved. In the fight on the football field, not afraid of tackling on his fullback. He's got everything. If you really get him fit and he's able to play football for £10 million, you really can't go wrong. You look at other the other options we've had on the right wing to help Mo Salah rest. We've had Harvey Elliott out there. He's not really a right winger, but does a job. Then we've had players that have gone on loan for a couple of years, but were around the club. Obviously, in Carvalho, he wasn't really up to the level, or wasn't really fancied by the the people that the higher up positions who make decisions. But for £10 million, people forget we've signed some of the players that have been signed for £10 million by us in the past, like Fabio Barini and people like that. For this guy's quality, it's a win-win situation. And as well, if you think about it, the £10 million has already been paid for, given that we've got £10 million by the Solanke Salon clause that we received lately. So it's sort of risk free in a way, because we're not losing out on any money really, because it's already been paid for. So this is a great squad signing for me, in my opinion, and let's see how he gets on. But the most important thing is that when he gets here, he does his best to impress the manager, head coach, whatever you want to call him, in slot, and just see him do his best and try and get back to the level he was before the ACL. Of course, that'll be in everyone's worries, and making sure that you don't get injured. But I'm sure in Peters, our new fitness coach, I believe, he's got a good record of helping injury-prone players get over their injuries and healing them up to a certain standard. I read a lot about that about his time in Feyenoord, so hopefully they can work on with Chiesa to keep him fit for as long as possible, and we should see the best of Chiesa when he gets up to speed and he does indeed play. Because obviously, as we spoke, he's not going to be playing every game, but he's definitely going to be a shrewd bit of business if everything works out well. So it gets a plus from me. Now once we get this deal done, now on to seeing what else we do as we approach the transfer deadline.